Hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today we are so happy to be here for another installment of the TBR Touch Base. I loved reading these stories so much. It's so freaking refreshing. And I'm going to probably say it every time. But like, it's so nice to be like, okay, I'm finishing this. And then you have like a physical representation of everything you haven't read. And that's slowly like checking stuff off the list.
It is really nice to check things off of our to-do list of TBR reads.
I will say, it's a daunting list of like over 500 series, I think the last I checked.
Yeah, it is. But thanks to the automation that I did, it's easy to look at.
Can you tell that Alex is a data nerd?
The biggest nerd. I keep adding to it and just making different lists for different things.
The data doesn't lie.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But today we're super excited to be talking about 4 new stories that we haven't discussed, or maybe we have discussed them. I don't know. So we'll just have to see. But Alex, what have you been reading?
All right. So the first one that I have is Les Normaux. This is one that I have talked about before. I think it was on our fall cozy reads or maybe the Webtoon Tune or Dare list that we did a while ago. And this one is on Webtoon. It is 80 episodes on Webtoon. I purchased the in-print copy, which is covering the first 30 episodes.
Is it completed or is it ongoing?
It's an ongoing series. So it is a pretty good amount, though. Like, you get a lot of episodes per book volume.
Yeah.
This does include 2 bonus scenes, and it also has a bunch of character bios in the end. Even if you've already read the Webtoon one, it's worth owning the physical copy. The bonus scenes are worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you in detail what they're about, but they're worth it.
Okay. I believe you.
So we start off, we have our main character. His name is Sebastian. He is a wizard and he has just moved from the human world to the magic world to go to school. He's having a rough time. His parents didn't want him to go to the magic world. They're both considered like, quote, normal people. So they don't have any magical abilities and they didn't want to raise their son to have them either.
Typical muggles.
Truly. So he's just had a really bad conversation with his mom. He sees a bar. He's like, okay, cool. I'm going to go into the bar. As you do when you have a bad conversation with your mom.
Yeah. Just kind of a chain reaction at that point.
So he goes in. He meets another guy named Ilya. They have a conversation. And Ilya just kind of goes for it. He's like, let's make out. I mean, he doesn't say that, but he just kind of goes for it, you know?
Yeah.
So they start making out, and then Sebastian is like, oh no, I'm in over my head. I don't want to do this. So he kind of runs away.
Oh no. Is it going to be like a songwoo?
No, because he doesn't continue to run away.
Okay. So it's not like a continuation of a problem.
Yeah, it's just the
Gotcha.
intro to the problem. So then he goes home. He's kind of panicking. He's like, I can't believe that I just made out with a guy and then ran away from him. What am I even doing? And Ilya is going home. He's thinking the same thing. Although he's like, man, I can't believe I came on so strong. That was a mistake. Why did I do that? You know, they're both kind of just in their own heads and thinking like, why did they do this?
Yeah.
And so then we cut to the next morning. Sebastian is late for school. Again, something I'm very familiar with when I was in school.
We were so different.
So he's running late for school. And so he's just running out of his apartment. And who does he run into? But Ilya.
Yeah. Saw that coming.
Yeah. So they run into each other. They're both like, you know.
You know how you talk to people?
You know how you panic when you see someone who you made out with and then run away from?
Yeah, awkward. Super awkward. Almost as awkward as like walking the same direction after already saying goodbye.
Oh, that is awkward.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Inarguably.
Yeah, that's why you don't say goodbye to people. You just run away.
See, so it is a little bit better than that.
He had it right. Run away. Sebastian immediately thinks, okay, Ilya just hooked up with someone else and he must just be here because he hooked up with someone else. So he says, like, what are you doing here? And Ilya's like, I live here. So they both just kind of go on about their days, and now they're panicking even more because they're like, wow, that random person who I had a bad experience with, I thought I would never see again, and now they live next to me.
Yeah.
So, it's starting off pretty strong.
Yeah.
Then we have Ilya. He goes to have a consultation with his friends over lunch, and he's just talking about this whole thing, and he's like freaking out about what to do. Mm-hmm. And Sebastian is kind of going on with his life as well. He meets a couple of guys in school who are also wizards, and their names are Ram and Matisse. Mm-hmm. And so the three of them form a quick friendship because they're all a little bit older than the rest of the students, and they're all new to magic. So they kind of just, have that instant connection, form a good friendship.
Yeah.
So both going on about their days, things continue on. Sebastian starts getting homework from school. His first assignment is that he has to make a changing potion. So they made the changing potion. He brings it home, and he runs into Ilya again, and he drops the potion, and Ilya immediately goes to pick it up, but Sebastian is like, no, don't do that. It's a changing color potion. It's going to change your skin color. And Ilya is blue. Mm-hmm. He gets this pink potion all over his hands. Mm-hmm. And Sebastian is like, it's fine. It'll wear off later, I promise. It doesn't. So then Ilya is like, okay, I have a job in 3 days. He's a model. I need this to be gone by the time that happens, or else I'm going to get in trouble. So Sebastian's furiously trying to work. He ends up making it worse, and he gets it all the way up his arm. And this is a really cute scene too, because Ilya, at this point, they've been texting each other, and Ilya's like, oh my gosh, it's gone all the way up my arm, and asks Sebastian to meet him. And so he says, meet me in the hallway. Sebastian goes out into the hallway. He's like, where are you? Ilya's hanging upside down as a bat, and his whole wing is pink. Aww. And he's having a little panic attack about this. So Sebastian is like, okay, I'll go figure this out. And he agrees to meet Ilya at his modeling job later. Mm-hmm. And fix the problem. So Sebastian goes, he gets help from his aunt. She owns a magic shop. Since she's a well-known wizard, she agrees to help him out. And they make a potion. Sebastian goes to the job. It works. They all move on. Life's great.
Yeah.
Ilya's still kind of panicking, though, because he really likes Sebastian, and they've been hanging out a little bit more. And he's been kind of flirting with Sebastian, and Sebastian's just not really picking up on it, and is like, I need to focus on school, and just kind of puts a stop to everything.
Damn, the friend zone.
So Ilya's friends are like, you know what? You just need to go on dates with other people. I think you just haven't been dating, so you're kind of fixated on Sebastian, so go on dates. So he does start to go on some other dates, but they're nothing special. He still has feelings for Sebastian even after all of that. And Sebastian is kind of unsure what he feels. He really wants to be friends with Ilya, but he doesn't know if he wants more. He's just kind of, trying to figure out what he feels still.
Yeah.
And so where we've left off with them is they have run into each other again. It's a really nice night out. Sebastian's coming home from school. Ilya's leaving a modeling job, and they want to go walk together. And Ilya gets a cut on his hand. He falls and gets a cut, and he is scared of blood. He's a vampire. I don't know if I mentioned that. But he's a vampire who's scared of blood.
To be fair, I think I figured it out when you were he was hanging from the ceiling and he was a bat.
Oh, that's true. I did say that.
Yeah, but I don't think you did say he was a vampire. Context clues.
Yeah. I guess that would be weird if he weren't a bat. Okay, so he's a vampire, but he's scared of blood.
And also kind of a bat, but...
Kind of a bat. The cutest bat. Oh my gosh, so cute. So Sebastian doesn't make him feel bad about this, though. He's, kind of freaking out. People, when someone gets a cut and they really don't like blood, they're just kind of... squeamish. Yeah.
I get it.
So Sebastian helps him out, bandages his hand up, and then they continue walking home. And that's where the first book leaves off.
Okay.
There are a couple of other things throughout. So I mentioned that there's the bonus scenes. One of the bonus scenes has to do with Sebastian and his grandma having a moment together, and his grandma is no longer with them. So it is just a beautiful, beautiful little scene between the two of them. The other one is a scene from Ilya the first night after he met Sebastian. He goes home and it's kind of his internal monologue and him processing what happened and everything. And then there's also little mini stories throughout of Sebastian's bunny. And the bunny is like...
Are we talking like the rabbit in the wizard's hat kind of a situation?
No, like a pet.
Oh, okay.
He's a pet.
Why did I think it was a wizard? Maybe I'm thinking like magician.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Magicians have rabbits.
In their hats.
In their hats. So he has a bunny named Pierre, and Pierre is like an evil genius in his head. So the little Pierre bonus scenes are all about him trying to take over the world.
Beautiful.
It's adorable.
Oh my gosh.
The little bonus scene also has Pierre in it too, so it's worth it.
I mean, if for nothing else.
I know. There's also some of Ilya's friends. One of the friends, her name is Ronnie, and she is very heavy into the dating scene. So she goes on a lot of dates with a lot of different guys, but she's very clear with them up front. I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, I just want to go hang out with you and have some fun. And then, you know, I'm not going to call you again later. And so she has one night stands with these guys all the time. And she ends up meeting, they have like a monster version of Tinder.
Do they have a specific name for it? I love when they do that.
I think it's called Monster Mash. I think. Or Monster Meetup, something like that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I always love it when it's just like they change like one word.
Oh, I do too. I love those.
Or like one letter.
This
you know?
one is specifically has monster in the title. But so she matches with a guy named Drew, and he is a Frankenstein's monster. So he was a human. He's undead now. So he's got, you know, the sewn up neck and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And he wants to take Ronnie out, and she's upfront with him like she is with everyone, like, hey, this is just gonna be a one-time thing. And so he says, okay, well, if I only get one chance, I don't want to go to the bar that you take all of your dates to. Let me plan the date. So then he takes her dancing to this club, and they have like a really good time. He knows a lot of people there. He hangs out. It's like one of his hangout spots. And then so he walks her home, and she's like, you know, hey, you want to go upstairs? And he just says, you know, oh, good night. I had a really good time with you. So kind of leaves her not hanging, but like is like, you know, I'm not looking for a one-time thing. I hope that you liked me, that kind of thing. And that I'm very invested in this side story because I love them.
I feel like I need to read it.
It's a great story. You'll have to borrow it.
Yeah, I will. Or I'll just have to buy my own.
Or you'll have to buy your own.
We are on a buy freeze, though, which I'm obviously sticking so closely to.
We're on a buy freeze that we have broken approximately 10 million times.
Yeah. I don't think it counts anymore, but like we have the best of intentions.
Yeah, I think we start on a buy freeze and then like midday we're like, well, maybe we'll continue the buy freeze tomorrow.
Tomorrow's good.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Hercules where Pain and Panic are like, if is good.
If it's good.
If we could do it, that'd be nice. Yeah. Well, I get to go into a super cute and fluffy story too. So I hope you buckle up because I know you're going to want to read this one. It's called Cherry Blossoms After Winter. I am currently reading the print version because I purchased volume 1 knowing nothing about the series. You know, as you do, the smart buyer decision.
It's pretty.
It's so pretty. But this is a boy love coming of age story. So it kind of spans from like childhood to high school to college. But in volume 1, it actually only covers chapters 1 through 15 of the webcomic. I just want to flag for everybody that I hate myself a little bit. Like, I'm going to continue with the story. I'm going to continue buying it because I have no other option. But this does have like almost 160 episodes in the webcomic version. So if this only covers 15, I'm in deep.
Yeah.
This is a commitment and an investment at this point, but I digress. The story is also found on Tappytoon if you do want to read the webcomic version, but I'm just going to be doing the imprint, so I'll be going as the volumes are released from here. This story revolves around Haebum and Taesung. They grew up as like best friends. Their moms were best friends, and they grew up really, really close. And at 7 years old, Haebum's parents get into a fatal accident, and Haebum's left with nobody. So Ms. Ha, Taesung's mom, ends up taking Haebum in, and it stirs up like a lot of stuff. Haebum says, this is kind of what started my friendship with Taesung falling apart. So like he had seen like the conversations between Taesung and his mom, and Taesung's like, I don't want him to be my brother. And he like really took that to heart. He's like, wow, he hates me.
Aww.
And so they really just grew apart. Like they lived in the same house, but it was like they became strangers. And as the story opens up, you see that this is Haebum just having like a flashback to everything in his dream. He wakes up and he's already in high school, and he's like, oh, I can't believe I'm remembering that. It was forever ago. And you can see a lot of the animosity. Like they just kind of ignore each other's existence. Mm-hmm. So Haebum is like the golden child. He wakes up and he's like, good morning, Miss Ha, I made breakfast. And Taesung is rolling out of bed at the very last minute. And Ms. Ha's like, why won't you be more like Haebum? Great to always make somebody feel like they're lesser than someone else. It's a super great feeling.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Haebum and Taesung don't even leave the house together to go to school. They leave at different times. They go by themselves. And it really upsets Ms. Ha, but it also really upsets Haebum. He's like, I just feel like I walk on eggshells. I don't want to upset Taesung. It's not fair. It's his family. It's his house.
Yeah.
And Haebum just kind of like keeps it all to himself. He has a picture of his mom and dad. And he kind of like talks to the picture. Like he's just lonely. He's like, hey, it's my first day of senior year of high school. You know, wish me luck. And he'll go. And unfortunately, in his senior year, you find out that the entire previous school year, he was being bullied pretty bad. And the bullies are in his class again this year. And he finds out and he's like, man, I was really just hoping that this would be like my year. Like I really just like figure it out. And unfortunately, that's not the case. They bully him. They take his money. They make him run errands for them. And Haebum's just used to it. So he doesn't say anything. They're a lot bigger than him. And he's just like, okay, that's fine. So he also finds out that Taesung is in his class this year. And Taesung is extremely popular. He's a like top student in the class. And, you know, Haebum's just like, I'm going to stay out of his way. Like if I don't interact with him, it won't be a problem. I'm sure he's bummed that he has to be around me since he has to be around me at home.
Does everyone know that they live together?
No.
Okay.
So Haebum's like, I'm just going to keep my distance and it'll be fine. But it starts becoming increasingly obvious to everyone in the class that the bullies are pushing Haebum around. And Taesung starts seeing some of it. And he kind of pulls Haebum aside and he's like, how do you know those guys? Like, what's going on? And Haebum says they're friends. Oh, they're just joking. I just bought them that stuff because I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And so Taesung shrugs it off. Anyways, a few days later, it's Haebum's birthday, and Ms. Ha gives him an envelope of money. And she's like, I hope you spend this super well and, you know, buy yourself a treat, buy something you want. And he's rushing out the door. So he's like, I'm so excited. I turned 19. Like maybe this will really just like turn my life around. Like I'm getting older. I'll figure it out. And the bullies find out that he has the envelope of money and they take it. Uh-huh. However, Taesung immediately grabs the envelope out of the bully's hands and he's like, nope, I'm taking this for me. And he takes his friends to go and buy snacks. It's insinuated that he used the money to do it. But later on in the day, he gives the envelope of money back to Haebum. And he's like, that's a really mean prank that they played. And I don't think that they're trying to be your friend. And Haebum's like, I don't know, maybe. Mm-hmm. So when Haebum gets home, he sees that Ms. Ha left a birthday cake for him. And he reminisces on the fact that when he first started living there, Haesung's mom asks him if like he wants to go to the store and pick out his birthday treat or whatever. And he sees this beautiful like strawberry cream cake, but it was really expensive. And so he goes for this like little honey bun kind of a snack instead. And so when he gets home, he's like, man, I'm happy that she gets me cake. Like, it makes me feel special. And I know I picked out that honey bun once, but, you know, like, I really just feel like this is my home. I feel bad. I feel like Taesung feels like I take things away from him. He doesn't even like sweets, so there's never even sweets in the house unless it's my birthday. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he starts going to school. Well, Taesung starts sitting with him at lunch and starts spending more time together. And when Haebum offers him birthday cake because he's like, oh, you know, we've gotten a little closer again. Maybe I can share this cake with you. Taesung is like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. You know, I'll try some. And he doesn't really like it. But he's just kind of sitting there and spending time anyways. So they go back to the school. The bullies are starting to get pissed off with Taesung kind of cutting them off. And they're like, look, this is my errand boy. If you want your own, like, go get your own. Mm-hmm. Don't take mine. And they're like, I guess we'll be nice and let you borrow him, because they're also kind of intimidated by Taesung. But as, like, things start to heat up, Taesung, like, starts to really get in the bullies' faces and shut things down. And Haebum eventually is like, I'm sorry I'm always causing these problems for you. Like, I know you don't want me around and you probably hate me for it. And he's like, I don't hate you. And Haebum's like, well, I mean, you've always kind of like hated me for, you know, being in the house. And he's like, I've never hated you. And, you know, he's like, I figured you hated me because you always kept your distance from me. So I just didn't want to bug you. And so they kind of clear up the confusion. And Haebum's like, I never hated you. He's like, you're my friend. And it kind of slips in the conversation as they're talking. He's like, you know, I just feel like this is where I belong right now. And your mom's always so nice to buy me the cake. And Taesung finds it funny. He's like, Mom didn't buy you that cake. She thinks you like honey buns. And so you find out that every year Taesung is the one that's gone out and bought his birthday cake.
Aww.
And so they start to get a lot closer. And as they continue to like hang out more and be friends again, Taesung is like, you should be walking home with me after school and we should walk to school together. You know, I think he's more playing it off this way, but he's like, you know, just in case the bullies are bothering you, like, let's just avoid any issues. We live together anyways, and people aren't going to see us like the entire walk, so they still won't know we're like living together if it makes you uncomfortable. So they walk into their class, and where we leave off in volume 1, they walk in and the bullies have written on the board that Taesung and Haebum are dating each other and that they're gay. And Haebum is really embarrassed. He's like, oh my gosh, I've just been causing all these problems. And Taesung sits down right next to the bullies and he waits until like the very moment the teacher is about to come in. And the bullies get nervous that they're going to get in trouble. So they erase it from the board and Taesung's just kind of like smirking to himself.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so cute.
I'm so glad. It sounds really cute.
It's very fluffy. It's like, we'll give you a cavity kind of sweet.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that I need that. I think recently I've read a lot of stories that have been a little like heavy. So this has been a good change of pace for me.
Yeah. I have one that is not a change of pace. It is heavy. And I've been worrying you with this one.
Yeah, you have like a freaking stone face. It's been like talking to a wall. I'm like, can you give me like a little, you know, information, background, just like so I know?
A crumb of information.
A crumb of information and opinions. Yeah, it's had me a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
So, the next one that I read is called Lovesick Dog. This is by the same creator as Ouroboros.
Is that what inspired you to read it?
Well, you inspired me to read it. But yeah.
Tossing my hair.
So this is a boy love, master servant, BDSM story on Leeson. It's 60 episodes and 8 side stories. Now, Annie has done a very detailed episode all about this series. So I'm not going to give like super detailed story description or anything.
To be fair, it was like halfway through.
Yeah. So. But we know what happens in the beginning, so I don't really need to go into it too much.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence with this one.
Oh my gosh, my heart.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't even, like, I don't know, the first 21 episodes, I was not super into it.
I start crying. I'm like, keep going.
I don't like that he calls him Mittens at all.
Yeah.
I kind of hate that. I just... I'm sorry. I didn't like Juin in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know. It took me a while to get into this one.
Yeah.
So this one starts off with Yigyum, and he is living in an apartment. He's being beaten by a bunch of gangsters. He gets kicked out of the apartment, and he ends up going home with a guy named Juin. You find out that Juin's younger brother, Ju-young, is the one who Yigyum used to live with, and that it was his apartment, and that they were in a master-servant relationship where Yoo-jung is teaching Yigyum not to need love, and treats him like a dog, essentially, and like makes him get all of these tattoos and piercings to like mark him as property. And yeah, I don't know. Juin at the beginning was not my favorite. I like the Christmas scenes where he gets him the cute little like Christmas toy or whatever it is, this figurine.
It was like a dancing tree.
It was the Christmas dancing tree. I thought that was really cute. And actually episode 21 is when Juin starts to open up about his background. So you see that like his mom really used him as a pawn and was trying to make him into a ruthless businessman so that he would be the leader of her lovers, his father's company, because he is the bastard son. Ju-young is the rightful heir, I guess.
Yeah, biological.
Yeah, like fully by both parents accepted son. And you also find out that Juin's mom was really abusive to not just Juin, but also Ju-young as well when he was younger. And Ju-young is an asshole. He sucks.
Ju-young's awful.
I mean, you're not supposed to like him. They do try and make you like understand him a little bit, but I love a lot of villains. I empathize with a lot of them, you know. I just couldn't with him.
To be fair, me either.
I hated the part at the end where he assaults Yigyum. I hate that part.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I don't know. I feel like for me, this one, it was a lot of the like Sangwoo, like the same story happening over and over again, where they're struggling with the same problems throughout the whole thing, where Yigyum, I do understand where he was abandoned by his parents.
Yeah.
He was abandoned by his friends at school. He was abandoned by his girlfriends.
Yeah.
And so he does have severe abandonment issues, and those definitely show up in his relationship with Juin, and it just kind of drove me crazy a little bit.
I appreciate the honesty.
The art is gorgeous. I mean, like this story is beautiful to look at. And I did like things about it. Like in the end, I do like both of the main characters. I still don't like Ju-young. They have the bonus story with
that is the biggest mistake that this story made.
I don't understand why they had to put that in there.
They didn't.
It was unnecessary to me.
I wanted them to be done talking about Ju-young, and I just wanted more fluff.
Yeah. I like the fluff. The fluff was cute. I like that you get to see that they've spent the last 5 years together going on different vacations together and just kind of living their best lives. I like Juin's plan to get out of the family business because it's a very corrupt business and his family's very toxic. And he gives up everything he has to go be with Yigyum. And I do really like that plot line. I don't like his friend Sujin.
The girl.
Yeah. She's like the businesswoman. And I mean, I guess I get where she's coming from. But she sends Yigyum off. And I feel like if she weren't there to be in his head, he would have stayed in the apartment. And we could have avoided the whole thing where he goes and lives with Ju-young again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, she's the one who pushed him away and said, like, what are you doing here? This is all your fault. If she weren't there to do that, Juin would have gotten out of jail, he would have gone home, they would have worked it out together, and they would have figured out what to do.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that your qualms make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not judging.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I do love that he got the butterfly tattoo on his chest.
Yeah. Yeah. When Yi-gyum had to get it removed from his neck.
Yeah.
He got the butterfly on his sternum.
Yeah, Jiwon got it on his sternum. Which sternum tattoos, those hurt.
Yeah, they do. They do. And Jiwon had all those pretty roses too.
Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah. That's why I said I'm conflicted, because I liked moments of it.
Yeah.
But I also really didn't like moments of it. And throughout the whole thing, I kept flip-flopping. So there wasn't like a point where I was like, this is the turning point for me. Because at episode 21, I was like, oh, this is going to be the turning point. But then like we get a little bit further on and he goes and has that meeting with Joo-young. I think, you know what? Joo-young is most of my issue, which he's the villain.
To be fair, yeah, you're supposed to hate him. I think my biggest issue, if I had one throughout the story, is they did not have to waste any of the side stories on Joo-young at all. Yeah. And they made a plot line with Joo-young and his fiance's brother that didn't make much sense to me.
No, it didn't.
And I'm pretty sure that side story went longer than the fluff that we needed of Jiwon and Yi-gyum.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get enough fluff at the end for them, and like that extra side story was totally unnecessary. I understand where both of them were coming from, where they couldn't talk to each other and were both kind of like, Yi-gyum was like, you know, I'm feeling a little bit alone even though we're together because I don't know if we're really together or gonna stay together. And that's not my favorite storyline.
Yeah, they were both pretty reserved about it. The communication took a while to open up.
Yeah. And I mean, he couldn't have picked any other nickname. It had to be Mittens.
Well, okay, if you got to pick a nickname for Yi-gyum himself.
For Yi-gyum, I mean, I would just go with the stupid classic one. I don't know, Babe. Mittens?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So funny.
Like, what? I don't know.
It's
Mittens.
such a random thing. When I read it, it felt like somebody who's gone through trauma kind of trying to own what happened and make it into like something funny or some like funny way to process it.
But he didn't give himself the name Mittens. Jiwon was like, your name is Mittens. He couldn't remember his name. That's why he called him Mittens.
It's true.
I get it wasn't personal. He doesn't remember anyone's name. Yeah. It shows that he gives everyone nicknames. Yeah. But
you're like, he needed a better one.
he needed a better one. And he didn't remember Yi-gyum's name until like, I think the end of season 1.
I'd have to go back and look at that because I didn't clock it.
I mean, I don't remember exactly when it was, but I do remember thinking, finally.
So I guess I'm not even going to ask the question of whether you liked this one or Ouroboros better, because that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obvious. I don't even have to say it.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you read it. Yeah. And now you know.
I'm glad I read it too. It's not that I think it's a waste of time or anything. And also, I mean, it is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's like, I could look at it all day long. Yeah. Just as long as I don't have to read the word mittens.
And as long as you don't have to look at Ji-young or whatever his name is.
Joo-young.
Joo-young. Yeah. Yeah, well, whatever. Who cares?
Who cares?
Well, the art for the last one that I read for today is also stunning. So I think that you should probably read this one. Though now I'm like, maybe my recommendation isn't the best. But we'll get there.
I'm sure people will disagree with me hard on this opinion that I've had.
I can understand it. Well, okay. This one I highly recommend. The last one that I read for today is Count Tachibana. This is a completed series on Leeson with 70 episodes. It's a boy love mystery. It's one of my like new favorite combinations. They've got a lot of depth to them.
I do love a good mystery.
So this story had me on the wildest ride from episode 1 to episode 70. And let me tell you, I had so many points where I was like, what is actually going on? Because you see things and then things aren't what they seem like they are. And maybe people don't seem like who they are. And then like all the twists and turns, I'm like, I might get motion sick.
You know
Who's
what?
to say?
I have to say, watching you read this one really makes me want to read it because your reactions to a lot of the scenes.
I tell you what, and like, here's the thing. It's a long one, 70 episodes, and the episodes are dense. There's a lot to process, but I'm talking like in each episode, when there's a twist, there's like 5. And you're like, nothing I know is true at all. And you're questioning your entire life. So, I loved it. That was the long way of saying it was perfect.
Yeah.
This story follows Yonghyun, who is also known as Ryuji. It's easier for me to say, so I'm just going to call him Ryuji, as well as Sho Tachibana. They live in Incheon in Korea, and it's 1934. So just setting the scene for you. Mm-hmm. They live in this super small town. Just like any small town, there are a lot of rumors that go around. Just like anything, I guess, to pass the time. They have like all these tabloids, kind of like how you look at the National Enquirer, you know, like you're just like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so most of them don't stick. They're like, oh, a Russian ship crashed here and there's a bunch of treasure in the ocean that you should find and all this. And, you know, everyone just kind of gets sucked into it. They're like, I need something to pass the time. But one of the rumors that does kind of stand true is they're like, there's this mansion up on the top of the hill. And it is owned by Count Tachibana. He is this like elite nobility from Japan and he moved here. This is like his vacation home, whatever. And they just are looking for places to invest all of their fortune or whatever. And the mansion is there. Like everyone can see it. No one can get in because it's gated all around. And so unless you want to climb up a cliff that is really not scalable, you know, it's kind of just sealed off and it's a nice little mystery for everybody. Mm-hmm. However, Ryuji doesn't tell his friends, but he is able to go into this mansion. He was basically scouted and hired to have a job in the mansion. And his job is to be a reader for and a friend of the sickly son in this manor named Sho Tachibana.
How do I get that job? I want to be a reader.
Can I be a reader and a friend? I'm good at both of those things. So Ryuji loves his job. It feels pretty transactional. He's a kid. He's like maybe 10. And so he rides his bike up there. The butler, Itami, opens the gates for him when he verifies that it's the right person who needs access. And he'll walk him through this building. And Ryuji's just in awe. Like imagine being 10 years old, walking through a mansion. He's like literally every time Itami walks me through here, it feels like a different place because it's just huge. And like I'm just always in awe of everything I'm passing. So every time he gets to Sho's room, Sho is ecstatic to see Ryuji. He's just stuck in the mansion all day by himself. And not even just in the mansion. He's basically room bound. Mm. It's said that he's super sick. And Ryuji's never really seen any signs of it. And he's asked Sho about it. And Sho doesn't really say anything. And so he's just like, okay. You know, the focus of a 10-year-old. But so he does like go back and forth. And Sho and Ryuji are the same age. So they get really close. It's super obvious early on that Ryuji doesn't have a great home life. His dad is so immediately ready to throw anybody and everybody under the bus or like try to use people to get ahead. And you see this with the fact that random people approached a 10-year-old and their family and they're like, can he be this nobility's friend? And the dad's like, yes, bring us money. They're like, oh, you can't come. Like the parents don't come. It's just the kid. And he's like, sure. Bring home that paycheck. So, you know, Ryuji is like, yeah, my dad is kind of like crazy. Like he just kind of makes these moves that I wouldn't, but whatever. And he and Sho like really get to know one another. And they're like, it's okay. Like you're not super close with your family because they don't come to visit you or your room often. You know, I'm not super close with my family because my dad doesn't treat me super well. So we'll be each other's like chosen family, you know? And Ryuji's still a kid, so, like, he'll say shitty little things sometimes where he's like, oh, I mean, like, I said he's my family, but, like, he's not really my family when he's talking to friends. But later on, they get a letter that says that Ryuji's grandmother passed away. And so their entire family goes and travels to the nearby city. And you find out that the grandmother has not passed away. She's the one who wrote the letter. And the reason is because the family owns this mine, and all of the citizens in this town are angry and protesting. And you can see they're all severely deformed and injured. Like, there are people missing arms and legs. Their eyes have been taken out because they've all gotten injured in the mines. The working conditions are terrible, and they're completely being exploited. And the grandma's like, we have to shut down the mine. And the dad is like, no, we don't. We'll figure it out. I'm getting gold out of this mine. Like, they found a little bit, and the dad's like, I'm doing it. So you see the dad kind of spinning his wheels. He's like, how do I keep this mine? And so he takes Ryuji to the mine. He's like, one day this will all be yours. And Ryuji's like, I don't think I want it, you know? And the dad's like, well, I want it, and you're going to make that happen for me. You need to get me a meeting with Count Tachibana. He's going to help and put an investment into this so we can continue to, like, pay off those workers, get more workers. We're going to find the gold, right? And Ryuji says no. He's like, I've never even seen the Count. I only go and hang out with my friend, you know? And the dad's like, well, maybe this will clear your head. And he locks Ryuji in the mine with, like, no lights or anything, like, closes him in the darkness until Ryuji is, like, pounding on the door, and he's like, fine, I'll do what you want.
Terrifying.
Absolutely horrifying. I was like, I would have a heart attack right there. That door would shut, and I'd be like, I'm a goner. This is it for me.
Leave me here.
Me and the bats. Me and Ilya. So the dad lets him out, and Ryuji gets back into Incheon, and he's freaking out. Like, that is a very anxiety-inducing experience for your dad to put you in at 10 years old.
Yeah.
And Ryuji's like, great. Like, I have this friend who I don't want him to feel like I'm using him, but I'm going to have to ask him for a favor. What have I done for a favor? You know, I get paid to be his friend. And Sho finds out that Ryuji is getting paid to be his friend, and he really takes offense to this at a certain point. And Ryuji's like, I mean, I get paid, but I am genuinely your friend, you know? So they kind of move past this, and Ryuji is talking to Sho, and he just breaks down in tears. And he's like, please get my dad a meeting with Count Tachibana. Please. My dad, like, will not stop asking me about it. Like, I'm really scared. Like, please just do this one favor for me. Like, I'm not trying to use you, but, you know, he didn't really give me another option. And he looks up at Sho, and Sho is like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Okay.
Ryuji's like, Count Tachibana, the guy who, like, owns this place? And he's like, there's one lady who runs this place. I don't even really know who she is. And there's no Count Tachibana. So Ryuji's like, well, then I'm fucked. He's like, what am I supposed to do? There's no Count Tachibana. Like, my dad really wants to strike gold. Like, he needs somebody to make an investment. And he's freaking out. Like, he's got the weight of the world now on his shoulders. And so he's just kind of crying to Sho. He's like, I can't keep going like this. I just wish all my dad's wishes would come true, and then, like, it'd be done. You know, like, he'd leave me alone about it, whatever. And he's like, if I can't make this happen, I might as well run away from home. Like, he will not accept no for an answer. And Sho is like, well, you can't leave without me. Like, I have to go with you wherever you go. Like, you're my family. And so Ryuji's like, okay, let's go. I'll show you the ocean. You come with me. I'll show you the ocean. It'll be great. And you know, Ryuji's all excited about it. He's like, let's do it. Let's escape. Why not? You know, he's got nothing else. He's more worried about confronting his dad. And so Ryuji and Sho start discussing a plan to get Sho out of the mansion. And they start realizing this is a lot harder than they thought it was. So Ryuji tries to leave before their scheduled time is up, and he realizes that every time they're doing the reading and hanging out in Sho's room, the door locks from the outside. So they're locked in anytime Ryuji comes to visit. And Sho is like, it's okay. Itami, the butler, he's got a soft spot for me. I bet we can use that to his weakness so we can get the key from him. And so Sho's starting to like devise plans on like how things should go in the manor. Ryuji's like scouting out. He's like, we could scale this cliff face and we can ride my bike here and it'll get us there really fast and all this stuff. And they really start like thinking through this plan. And they're like, it's okay. Like, we're going to be together and we'll figure it out. And that's where I'm going to leave off.
Oh my gosh.
That is literally, no joke, less than like 5 or 6 episodes of this series.
I can't wait to read this one.
There are so many twists and turns. Like, even just me going through the beginning, I'm like, I know where we begin. I know where we end. Never could have guessed it.
I'm so excited.
I loved it. The art is so rich. Like, it is just so colorful and beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of in that painted style.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah.
The entire thing. It spans over so many different years. So you're able to see so much character growth. It is phenomenal. Start to finish. Loved it.
Gosh. Well, that is definitely what I'm going to have to read.
I know.
Love.
You will.
Yeah.
And if you don't love it, then I'll just cry. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I apologize to you and to everyone.
Yeah. I don't know that everyone agrees with me on Lovesick Dog. I just love them together. Mittens didn't bother me, though. I think if you hate the nickname Mittens and that's like a big no-go for you, don't read it.
Yeah. If you think that's going to be a problem, it's a problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, anyways, thank you all so much for joining us on this episode of the Comic Queens podcast. We are looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.